Yep. All right. Who wants to start?
What was this remake like for you?
Man,
How was it different?
I you know what? I don't. Pardon me. I wouldn't use the word remake. Rebirth, more so. We're doing nothing like what they did in the past. Nothing. And it is so crazy how I've never seen one of the originals ever. And Zach talked to me. We had dinner before we started. I said, never seen one of them. I said, should I? He goes, you want? He goes, not going to take anything from it that we need. I said, yeah? He goes, yeah. And it shows. I'm glad I didn't watch them. I might watch them sometime, but I would have taken nothing from what we did in our film compared to. It is so incredibly different.
Horror movies are known to be very physical.
Yeah.
What's the physicality difference between WWE and a nightly show and having to get up every day for a horror movie?
One of the biggest differences isn't really the physical, but it is you don't get that right away admiration or cheering or jeering. You do a take, you punch a guy in the face, wait 8 seconds later, cut. Was that good? Okay, let's do it again. Okay, but was that good or was that bad? It's not the initial reaction. WWE, you punch a guy in the face. Oh yeah, he punched me in the face. So that's probably the biggest difference in the two realms. But man, we were just as physical in this one. I've had easier matches than I had for this film, but I've also had harder because there was something. The first thing we did, the first night of filming, they put the prosthetics on, which takes about 2.5 hours. Very worth it. Seeing the final thing, final creature, very worth it. But first thing they had me doing was running uphill. And I go, Zach, I don't know if I'm not in the greatest shape. I said, you're having me run uphill for the first night. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You want to get it out of the way. I said, the first thing though? But I'm very glad we did get it out of the way, because that was probably the toughest thing we did. But it was just for like 4 hours, just up and up and up. Whew, that was a rough start, but it was fun. Every night was so worth it. Looking back on it now, seeing the finished product for the first time last night, every night, long night, into the wee hours in the morning, it was totally worth it.
So with all that being said, would you think about making another movie soon?
I want to.
Yeah?
Yeah, completely. I love wrestling. It's my dream, it's my passion, it's what I've always wanted to do for my life. But I would love to make another film. It would be fun. This was fun. It was an experience. I don't know, it's just nothing. It's nothing like WWE. And like I said, I love wrestling. I want to be able to play football with my son when I'm 40 years old. I feel 48 now at 28. There's days where I feel just bagged up, and this might, if I did do a couple films, it might help that out. It might be a little easier. So, I would love to. In a nutshell, I would love to do more.
How did you prepare for this role?
How did I prepare? Oh man, I didn't. I feel almost lazy that I didn't prepare, because I didn't know how the prosthetics would move, or I didn't know how it would show facially, or what we were doing. And Zach goes, just make it you. Whatever you want to do, you do it. So I did. I didn't think about it. Once I got the prosthetics down, I did it. I just made it my own. And he would say, why don't we tweak that a little bit? Well, how do you feel about doing this? Whatever you want, boss. He was one of the best people I've ever worked with, and WWE or not. Just so easy to work with. We still text every couple weeks, just saying, hey, how are you? Zach is one of my good friends now from this movie. He's come out to our shows. Whenever I'm in LA, I come to see him. We go out to dinner. He's already done so much. And he's kind of like a dark horse. Not a lot of people know about him, but he's great. Good kid. I call him a kid, but he's not really a kid. He's a great guy.
So if you get rid of all the campiness of the original franchise, how do you make your Leprechaun threatening and scary?
Well, it's not as limericky and poetry and cheesy little songs.
Yeah.
It's killing and slashing and scariness and running after these guys, and the jump scares in this are pretty out there. They're pretty cool. They got me twice, and I knew they were coming last night. So it was. You know what? Everyone says, "Oh, it's not going to be like the originals." No, it's going to be better. Very simple. I mean, it's might be tooting my own horn, or putting the cart before the horse, but it's going to be better than the originals for horror fans. It's a true horror movie. It's not in space. It's not in the hood or in the hood again. It's a horror movie.
Was it hard to convey emotions to all the prosthetics?
Yeah.
Practice in the mirror and go out?
Yeah. Man. I was so upset not with him, with the idea of it, because at first, I was like, no one is not going to really see much of it. But the final result, and after we got all the prosthetics done, it's amazing, man. It is amazing how it turned out. Those people at Lindala Schminken up in Vancouver, they do an amazing job, and they've done a lot of work for a lot of films. I spent a lot of time with them, and for a week and a half straight, I was there every day for 4 or 6 hours, doing head casts and this cast and this, and they love what they do. And if you love what you do, you excel at it, and you make it the greatest it can be. If you don't love what you can do, it's going to show. And they love what they do, and it shows.
Are you a horror fan?
No.
Okay.
Not in the least. I'm starting to get into them now because I did this one.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'd rather laugh than jump in my seat. I hate horror movies. But I saw movies I really liked. And I watched Paranormal Activity 1 at noon with all the lights on, all the windows open, and still had a blanket over my head half the time. I think I'm going to get into it more now, though. I really do.
So, emotionally, mentally, how did it affect you going onto a set every day? This, of a place of violence. So, not being a person that has the proclivity to lean towards violence necessarily, having to deal with it every day. How did that affect you?
It was such a change. It made it fun. It made it interesting. It made it different than what I would normally do. I'm not going out there, and my normal job at WWE is going out there and slapping hands, kissing babies, making people laugh. This wasn't, and that's what makes it a challenge. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting every day.
Was there a lot of CGI used?
After seeing it last night, I don't think there was any.
Okay.
No. That's really weird.
It's
One
all
of
used.
the only
It's all
ones
the
that.
prosthetics in the face.
Yeah, we didn't use any CGI, right? Did we use any? We did?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we didn't. No. There's the answer.
Time for 2 more questions.
Yeah, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm really glad because it's a legit movie.
You almost don't need it with all the
Yeah.
stuff you have on. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard to say I did a movie without CGI these days. Everything is CGI nowadays.
I know.
Every movie has it at some point. You didn't. Now that you say that, I'm going to be using that in every interview.
Are you in the movie a lot? Or is it a slow reveal?
Some people might say a lot. Some people might say not enough. Some people might say not a lot. I think it's the perfect amount. Could it be more? Yeah. Could it be less? Yeah. It is a reveal. It's an awesome reveal. Eventually, how you start seeing more and more of it, and that it's great. I'm glad that I just didn't come out in a green suit. Hey, dead. We've seen it. You know, come on now. Now it's making this a horror movie. One more?
Stunts. Gotta ask the question.
Yeah, man.
you
I did all of them but one, and I cussed Zach. Oh, I cussed him because I wanted to do it so bad. And him and Michael Louise, the producer, I wanted to do it. He said, no, you have to wrestle next week. I said, I don't want to wrestle. I want to do this stunt. I'm glad I didn't, because it's for 2 seconds of the movie, legit 2 seconds. Man, I was mad. Yeah, like I wanted to do it. Not even that. I guess it was for my own bragging rights. I wanted to say I didn't have a stunt double, but it was a physical movie. That's for sure. It was very, very physical, but it was fun. There wasn't a day. There was one night where I got sick real bad, and I wasn't feeling it. But out of 17 days, there wasn't another time where I was like, oh, I don't want to be here. I'd rather be this. I loved it. We made it fun. We did high fives at 5. Every time 5 o'clock hit, we would turn up. We would blast random music and high five everyone. We stopped shooting at times just to do it. So it was good. It was fun. Thanks, guys, very much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.